These are the last words of some famous people in history. We start with ancient Greek philosopher Socrates. He was found guilty of corrupting the youth and not believing in the gods. Before he was executed by drinking hemlock, his last words were, "Crito, we owe a cock to Asclepius. Pay it and do not neglect it." The creator of the Mona Lisa, Leonardo da Vinci, said, "I have offended God and mankind because my work did not reach the quality it should have." Meanwhile, Che Guevara had some brave last words. He played a key role in the Cuban Revolution. After he was captured in Bolivia while leading guerrilla fighters, he was executed without trial. His last words were, "Shoot, coward. You're only going to kill a man." But Winston Churchill was so chill with his last words. He just said, "I'm bored with it all." The most famous last words are by Julius Caesar, who was assassinated by senators, including his friend Brutus. His last words were, "Et tu, Brute," meaning "you too, Brutus," seeing betrayal from his own friend. Napoleon Bonaparte, who conquered much of Europe, died in exile on the island of St. Helena after his defeat at Waterloo. His final words reflected the pillars of his life. He said, "France, the army, head of the army, Josephine." Elvis Presley, who revolutionized music in the 1950s to 60s, died of a heart attack at Graceland. These were his final known words to fiancée Ginger Alden before collapsing. "I'm going to the bathroom to read." Thomas Edison, who invented the phonograph, the light bulb, and a motion picture camera, spoke to his wife in his final moments, saying, "It is very beautiful over there." German dictator, Führer of the Nazi Party, Adolf Hitler committed suicide with Eva Braun in his Berlin bunker. His last words in his political testament were, "I and my wife choose death to escape disgrace." His body was burned to avoid capture by the Soviets. A similar fate awaited Benito Mussolini, the fascist dictator of Italy. He was captured by Italian partisans. His last words were, "Shoot me in the chest." He requested to be shot in the chest instead of the head to die with dignity. Next is Saddam Hussein, the leader of Iraq during the U.S. invasion. He was hanged after being convicted of crimes against humanity. His last words were, "There is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is the messenger of Allah." Hideki Tojo, Prime Minister of Japan during World War II, was executed by hanging after the Tokyo War Crimes Tribunal. His last words were, "Long live the Emperor, Banzai." U.S. President John F. Kennedy's last words were a response to Nellie Connolly, who said, "Mr. President, you can't say Dallas doesn't love you." He replied with, "No, you certainly can." He was shot seconds later in a motorcade. Another U.S. president, Franklin D. Roosevelt, who led the U.S. through the Great Depression and World War II, suffered a massive cerebral hemorrhage while sitting for a portrait in Georgia. His last words were, "I have a terrific headache." Nazi propaganda minister and Hitler's closest follower, Joseph Goebbels, poisoned his 6 children. Then he and his wife committed suicide in Hitler's bunker. His last words were, "Life is not worth living in a world without National Socialism." Next is Adolf Eichmann, an SS officer and chief Holocaust logistics planner. He was captured in Argentina by Mossad, tried in Israel, and executed by hanging. His last words were, "I die believing in God." Marie Antoinette, Queen of France and wife of Louis XVI, was a symbol of monarchy excess. Her last words were, "Pardon me, sir, I meant not to do it," said after accidentally stepping on her executioner's foot before being guillotined during the French Revolution. Richard Feynman, an American theoretical physicist who worked on the Manhattan Project, died from cancer. His last words were, "I'd hate to die twice. It's so boring." Jamaican reggae singer, songwriter, and cultural icon Bob Marley said, "Money can't buy life," to his son Ziggy while dying of melanoma that had spread to his brain and lungs. Martial artist, actor, and philosopher Bruce Lee died suddenly from cerebral edema. The cause is debated, possibly a drug reaction. His final words were to actress Betty Ting, "Pay. I'm going to lie down for a bit."